Alright guys, I'm doing one more video tonight because I just want to get this off my chest. When I feel like I want to talk about something, I feel like I need to talk about it, you know, in that moment, because it's fresh, it's authentic, it's festering, and I need to just get it out. So I just want to talk about these things and not let it sit anymore and then just not do it. So what I want to talk about, as you can probably see from the title, is basically double standards with men and women when it comes to abuse. So this is a very heavy topic to some people, and it could be triggering, especially if you've been in the situation. So if you are, you know, if you get upset or anything about this kind of stuff, like, you don't have to watch it. I totally get it. Because I'm going to be talking about things that might bring up stuff for other people, you know, if they've gone through stuff like this. But I feel like it really does need to be talked about. So that's just my disclaimer for the video. Yeah, so let's continue. So I was watching this video. I like to sometimes watch social experiments on YouTube, which I don't know why I do, because I end up getting pissed off anyway, but I just watch it because I'm like, fuck it, like, I need to know these things, apparently. So I was watching this one, which really irritated me. It was in the UK, and it was a social experiment where basically they go to this park and they have this guy like assaulting his girlfriend. Like, he's putting his hands on her, he's yelling at her, like he's just assaulting her, like he's just being an ass, which this is all acting, by the way. It's all hidden, it's all, you know, like, people don't know that it's being recorded. So that's why it's called a social experiment, obviously. So they were doing this video, and this guy was like yelling at, you know, like I said, like yelling at his girlfriend, assaulting her and stuff, and like everybody was just like, oh my god, like, Jesus, like, oh man, like trying to intervene, trying to like stop it from happening, and blah 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 blah, right? Normal response. Then they switched roles, and they had the girl hitting him, assaulting him, yelling at him, just being just abusive, and not one person did anything. Not one. And I'm just like, where is this world? Like, what is this world? Like, what world are we in where people think that a woman cannot abuse a man? Like, why? And I think what it comes down to is they just think that women are naturally weak, and men are supposed to be naturally strong. So that's the whole thing, is it's fucked on either side, because people have this thing where they're like, oh man, a man's abusing you, like, da-da-da. And they act like women can't fucking stand up for themselves, which I'm not saying, like, I'm not saying that when you're being abused that it's that easy. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's just like, oh my god, these women that get abused, like, fuck, like, just hit them back, you know. I understand it's not that easy, you know. I've been in abusive situations, so I get it. It's not easy to just hit somebody, even though they're hitting you. I understand, because you love them, you know, whatever. That's not what I'm saying. What I mean is like they just act like women are weak, you know, like women just don't have the capability to, like, defend themselves. And with that, but also too is like, people have this inclination, or however you want to say it, that men should never hit a woman. And I believe that people shouldn't be hitting nobody. That's coming from me. When I get pissed, I'm like, I'm just kidding, I don't do that no more. But people have this thing where men can't hit women. You just can't. You can't do it. You're a man. Fuck that. Even if she's literally holding a knife to your throat, don't punch her in the face, because you're a man. and that's some bull-ass shit. I'm not saying that it's right for a man to abuse a woman. Like, if she's just, like, just chilling and doing nothing, and even if she's whatever, don't fucking abuse her. Like, you don't hit her. You don't fucking scream at her. You don't do some stupid-ass shit like that. Like, you don't do that, regardless. But what I mean is, like, if a woman's, like, smacking you around, hit her in the face. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, you don't fucking just stand there and just let somebody... Don't let somebody just... A woman hits you because you have this thing in your head, like, oh, people told me that I can't hit a woman because I'm a man. I don't give a fuck. If I was a guy, like, literally, if I had a penis and everybody knew I was a dude and some bitch was hitting on me, I'd be fucking punching her in the face. I wouldn't give a fuck if she was a girl. I wouldn't want to hit somebody, but if somebody's literally beating me, I'd be like, I'd fucking knock that bitch out, because I'm like, you don't hit me, bro. Like, you are not, fuck that shit. Like, I am not about that life. So, but then again, like I said, if a violence could be avoided, I strongly recommend it, obviously. You know, so that's my thing on it. And then obviously with the tables turned, people, I thought somebody knocked at my door. But with the tables turned, people think that, you know, guys can't be abused, guys can't be raped because, you know, they're supposed to be stronger than women. They're supposed to be able to overpower them if need be. And it's like, that's not always the case. Like, women can be strong, dude, and it can, like, happen. And I think what people forget is that emotions aren't gender specific either. Men can be scared. Women can be scared. Men can be sad. Women can be sad. Everybody is able to have an emotion. Like, it's not like, oh, like, you're a man, so you can't be sad or scared. No, it's possible, you know, for a man to be scared if he's being, like, sexually assaulted like that, or physically assaulted. And, you know, and I think too, a lot of the times, because men they have this thing put in their head where they're not allowed to defend themselves, if they're not allowed to like, they're not allowed to hit a woman, so they feel like they can't defend themselves. They can't put their hands on her, because once he puts his hands on her, oh, she just cries wolf, and then everybody believes her, and it's bullshit. So yeah, I hate that. It drives me literally fucking insane, because abuse is a big thing and it's a problem, but I think a bigger problem is that we do take abuse seriously, obviously, when it comes to, you know, a woman being abused, but I feel like we don't take men being abused seriously at all. And if people say we do, like, you're wrong, because we don't. We literally do not take it seriously. Like, and then in the video, numerous people were saying, when the roles were switched, people were saying, like, oh, what did he do to provoke her? Like, you've got to be kidding me, right? Like, you would never say that about a woman. You would never say that about a woman. About how, oh, well, she must have provoked him. I mean, I know some people would say that they're, like, mentally fucked up and have, like, daddy issues and like to get beat by their men because they're retarded. But, like, but for the most part, like, most people wouldn't say that. Like, they wouldn't be like, oh, what did you do to provoke him? Like, no. But I swear to God, there's so many people that would be like, oh, what did he do to provoke her? What did he do to make her mad, for her to have the right to put her... I don't give a fuck what you do. You don't put your hands on somebody, bro, like that. You just don't do that. And it's like, people, like, are just like, act like it's fucking okay. Like, you're serious? You're kidding me, right? Like, it's not fucking okay to do that. And I think the other thing too that irritates me, that happens a lot, which this is more light. It's not as bad as that, but as women, some women act like they can say whatever the fuck they want, and their man can't say nothing. Like, she can talk so much shit to him. She can say so much low ass shit, some deep ass shit. Cut this man deep. Make him fucking just feel as low as dirt. But if he turns the tables and says the same shit fucking back to her, she's crying like a damn pussy. And I'm like, seriously? why do you act like it's okay for you to talk to your man like that, but then he turns the tables on you and that's not okay? Like, fuck off. If you can dish it, you can take it. I'm sorry. But if you can't take it, then don't dish it. Don't be a fucking bitch. It's as simple as that. I'm not saying two rights make a wrong and, like, you know, people saying shit to you, so you should. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, if the situation arises, don't act like he's fucking hurt. Like, don't act like a fucking baby. Like, don't talk to your man like shit and then get mad and don't let, like, I'm so sick of men telling me, like, they feel like they can't say shit to their girls because they feel like they don't have a voice, you know, because whatever the woman feels, that's how it is, you know, like, oh, well, you know, like, that saying, like, people say it, like, so lightly and so just like a joke, a happy wife, happy life, that there's just some underlying shit that I hate in that statement, because it's like, it's not just about the girl. Like, I'm so sick of people acting like that. That's coming from me, and I'm married, and all I want is for my wife to be happy. But I'm sorry, but if she treated me like how some women treat their men and treated me like shit and didn't want me to be happy, bitch, bye. I wouldn't be putting up with that shit. And I love my wife, and I want her to be happy. That's what I always tell her every fucking day, is I just want her to be happy. I want her to be true to herself. Of course, when you're in a relationship and if you care about somebody, you want your person, you know, your soul, your significant other, you want them to be happy if you're in love with them and if you love them and care about them and if you're a decent fucking person. But I just don't like how they act like men's emotions don't matter, like their feelings don't matter, like they can't express how they're feeling, like. And I see it all the time. I see it all the fucking time in, like, shows and in movies and just everywhere. How women are just, they just talk so much shit to their men and then they just have to sit there quiet. They can't say nothing. Because if they do, here come the fucking waterworks. And I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, I can't stand women like that. That drives me fucking nuts. I don't even care. I don't even care if people want to get mad. I do not give a fuck. It is so sad. It is so fucking sad. It's like, no. Like, we're not doing this. And that's a verbal abuse, bro. Like, people act like, oh, she's just yelling. No, it's fucking verbal abuse. Sorry. So, I don't know. I'm just over this whole women acting like they can just do whatever the fuck they want, like. And I'm not like, oh, I'm a man, like, team man, like, that's not what I'm saying. I want people to be fucking equal. That's my point, is it's not fucking equal. And the other thing too, which I'm gonna dive on in another video, which is gonna be more talk about women and stuff, you know, and their stuff that, you know, we go through. But this one I really wanted to focus on, you know, abuse when it comes to men, because I just don't feel like a lot of women speak up with it, and I just don't feel like it's really, like, talked about like it should be. So that's kind of what I want to talk about, like, about my feelings about it. And I just feel like we really need to start taking, you know, any type of abuse, whether it's verbal, sexual, physical, any type of abuse with men. I honestly, even if it's a man with another man, like, I just feel like we need to take it fucking seriously. Like, seriously, we really need to start, because this is getting real fucking old. Real fucking old. You know, it's just, yeah. Another thing too, what I want to talk about real quick, is the situation where men, I hate the fact that men automatically get in trouble when, you know, let's just say an example, right? Like, a guy has sex with a girl, right? It's consensual in the moment. It's consensual between both parties. You know, they have sex, whatever, and then he makes it clear, it's like, look, that's all I wanted. Like, sorry, you know, and it's fine. If that's what you want, is a one-night stand, that's cool. Like, I mean, and if you consent to it, then that's also fine too. But what I hate is when women get so damn bent out of shape because they're like, oh my god, I'm all up in my feels, and they accuse a guy of fucking rape, and they like literally will ruin their fucking life. Literally ruin their life because they don't want to be with them. Like, how low of a fucking bitch do you have to? I would never ever do something like that. I'd be upset. You know, like there have been times like when I was like in you know, middle school and high school where I would have crushes on people and I would think that they wanted me and like da 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 da, and I would be like, and they would kind of lead me on, and then I find out they want nothing to do with me. But I would never accuse them of fucking raping me, like ever. I would have never done that shit, like in my life. I was upset and I was hurt and I was pissed off. I'm like, oh, I want to just, you know. But I would have never accused them of that because that's some deep ass shit and it's fucked up. You know, there was one thing that I read a while ago where this girl, she accused this high school kid of raping her because basically the same thing like that I just said. He didn't want to be with her. He just wanted a one night stand, and it fucking ruined him. It ruined him. He was gonna go to jail. He was basically going to, you know, like lose his football scholarship, and then eventually she came clean and was like, okay, he didn't rape me. But the damage was already fucking done. I'm like, why the fuck would you lie about that shit? You know? So that's another thing too. I'm over it. Like, I'm not. The other thing that pisses me off about this shit too is these women that lie about being raped. It takes away the severity and the seriousness of women and men that are actually fucking raped and they're actually sexually fucking abused. And if you are a fucking person and you lie about rape, you are a fucking rotten ass motherfucker. And I'm not gonna say, you know, anything like that because karma, but you are a rotten ass fucking person, and I hope you know that. So yeah, so that also needs to stop too, where they just automatically believe the woman, because honestly it's fucking old. It's getting really fucking old. Because I'm sorry, but not every woman was raped, not every woman was sexually abused. She just got all up in her feelings. So obviously we still need to take it seriously. We, you know, still need to investigate, but we shouldn't just assume, oh yeah, he did it. No, not fucking right. So that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this interesting and dark topic. If you did, just give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.